Welcome to Campus Housing. My name is Pival and I am a second year statistics maths major. I am excited to show you around today because I remember what it was like to be in your shoes, trying to decide which university to attend, which program, and where to live. I am from India and once I decided to attend Waterloo, my father took a residence tour to make sure I knew what I was getting into. My parents and I were very passionate about safety and being close to my classes, and that motivated me to choose residence, and I'm really glad I did. Today, I'm going to show you a day in the life of student living in residence, and we'll talk about all that residence has to offer. First, let's talk about Village 1 or V1 for short. V1 is a traditional dorm style residence that is made up of 8 different houses. It is one of the 3 traditional style residences we have on campus. Traditional style is what you might normally think of a student dorm. A room with 1 or 2 beds, desk and wardrobes with shared washroom facilities. V1 offers 3 room types: single, double and interconnecting. I live in a double room. Besides me is the front desk, and there are assistants here 24 hours a day. The front desk provides so many helpful services. You can get things printed, send and receive mail, or rent out games and equipment. Sometimes, if you're like me and study really late, you need to print a document at 3 in the morning, and you can do that here. This is also where the IT service desk is located, and they're great for internet and tech support. I know everyone really wants to see the rooms, so let's start by going straight to my room. I live in N6 on the 3rd floor in a double room. There are about 54 students in my building, and we have an upper year student called a Dawn that looks after us. Safety is something we are really proud of at campus housing. It's one thing that a lot of people like most about living here. My floor is locked, and only my housemates and I have access by using our keys. This is my room where I sleep, study, and hang out with friends. One of my favorite things about our rooms are the large windows we have. We also have a community lounge in our house, so if you don't feel like hanging out in your room, you can always go there. All the furniture was here when I moved in, so I only brought what I really needed to make it feel like home. For example, I brought a humidifier and pictures of my friends and families. Arshi, my roommate, brought LED lights to decorate our rooms. My roommate and I met when we moved in, and I was very excited about it. When I first applied for housing, I was really excited about having a roommate. The great thing about residence is that whether you are a bit nervous about having a roommate or not, it's such a supportive environment. Housing staff take your preferences into consideration when assigning your room and roommate. For example, which buildings and roof types you prefer, whether you are in a living learning community, messy or clean, like loud music, and so on. When you move in, there's lots of support to help you have a good relationship with your roommate. Most students who meet their roommates on move-in day end up having a really great experience. Now, let's head over to the washrooms. There are 18 of us that share this bathroom, but our class schedules are different, so I never had to wait. All of our residences also have inclusive bathrooms in the common areas to accommodate different needs. The bathrooms are always clean, which I genuinely appreciate. While I am responsible for cleaning my own room and we have a common vacuum cleaner for the whole floor, our resident attendant, Martha, cleans every day and takes care of all the common areas. The cleaning services staff is one of my favorite things about living here. Speaking about the great housing staff, let's head over to the Great Hall to talk more about resident support. This is the Great Hall where I spend a lot of time studying and hanging out with friends. There are lots of events that are planned here as well by the Residence Life staff and Residence Council. This area is also where a lot of Residence Life offices are located if students need extra support. As I mentioned earlier, each community has a Don, who is an upper year student that has experienced the highs and lows of being a student here. My Dawn, Pratyusha, really brings us together and helps build community on our floor with floor meetings, one-on-one check-ins, and events. One of my favorite events was the bonfire event. If you need someone to talk about to adjusting to campus life, or if you have any health or wellness concerns, there is a counselor in residence to help. And all the Res Life staff have been trained for crisis or emergency support. One of the biggest benefits of living in residence is that you have access to academic resources like drop in tutoring, study skills sessions, and extra quiet hours during exam time. Research shows that if you live in residence in your first year, you are more likely to get better grades and reach graduation. You can also apply to join a living learning community for some programs where you live near other students in the same faculty or program and are mentored by an upper year student called a peer leader. This is where I spend a lot of time when I'm not in class and if I don't want to study in my room. Let's head downstairs to the dining hall and cafeteria. This is the dining hall. It was recently renovated and it's another space for students to eat and hang out. This is Moody's Eatery. It is one of three residence eateries. The other are in Ron Edit Village and Claudia Miller Hall. There are a lot of options including customizable hot meals like made to order stir fry, curry or pizza and a really great salad and smoothie bar. It's priced by weight, so you only pay for what you take. A lot of the food is made from scratch and purchased locally. I don't know how to cook, so I love being able to get all of my food here. My favorite food here is a spicy chicken wrap. If you have any special accommodation need, whether it is physical, mental, or sensory, we work very closely with accessibility services to make sure you get the type of housing you need. There is a form that needs to be filled by a medical professional, and all those details are available on the website or through our office. Now, let's briefly talk about the meal plans before we move on. If you live in V1 or any traditional style residence, you are required to have a meal plan and you can choose one based on how much you eat. The great thing about our meal plans is that you are able to use your meal plan at any food service location on campus. This includes Starbucks, Tim Hortons, Subway, and more. You can also add flex dollars, which is money that can be spent anywhere a Watt card is accepted, not just on food. This area is a really fun spot to hang out at V1. There's ping pong, a pool table, and you can rent out the equipment from the front desk. There is also a bookable music room here with a piano you can use. This is also where the laundry room is located and you can pay for the machines using your Watt card. If you don't know how to do laundry, no problem. Just ask someone. It's also a good way to make friends at the beginning of the year because a lot of people are learning. Living here, there are so many opportunities to get involved and there are so academic and personal supports available if you need them. Many students even choose to live in residences in their upper years. So, if you want to enjoy the traditional dorm experience with the meal plan in your first year but think you would want to be a bit more independent in your second year, a suite style is great. And you don't have to give up convenience, security, and support. If you are interested in living in V1 or any of our other residences, be sure to apply by June 1st deadline to guarantee your space in residence. After that, if you are placed in campus housing, you'll complete a second form where you share all your preferences. The staff then work to place as many students as possible in one of their top choices. There is a page on the website that describes how this works in details. Wherever you are placed, there are many opportunities to meet new friends and have a great time. If you walk away from this tour with one key message, it is this. Living in residence is much more than four walls and a bed. You can get that anywhere. What makes the Waterloo residence experience so special is the people here. The great staff, dons, and other students, as well as the opportunities to grow in your academics, socially, and as a leader. Whether home is close by or thousands of kilometers away, choosing to live in residence is so worth it. It really feels like home. Thanks for giving me the chance to talk to you about Village 1 today.